We were very lucky to include my lovely grandmother, Helen. Grandma, if there's any last signs that you want to give me, I'm here for you, okay? I love spending time with you. We now claim to predict that the spirit of my grandmother Helen could pay a visit to her home at any time. My uncle and cameraman William claims to have witnessed an experience in the house. My name is Nicholas. I am a young paranormal investigator in search of proof of the spirit world. I am also a person that can easily sense and feel spirit energy around me. I am joined by my uncle and cameraman William and my father and executive producer Nick. We will search for ghosts at some of the world's most creepiest haunts. This is a haunted legacy. Over the years of doing a haunted legacy, we were very lucky to include my lovely grandmother, Helen.
Is anybody here? Can you give us some type of a sign? Give us a sign.
She has participated with us in several adventurous missions.
Did you hear it? I always hear it down here. Something up there.
Aside from the show, she was also a pleasure to have in my family.
Here, Grandma, why don't you ask that guy about the thing? You know, about the chef thing?
She tried her best to help free any unwanted energies. When we found out she had passed away, we were all faced with a new experience for our destiny. Now, in this special episode, the remaining members of the team plan to visit the home that she has stayed in. The name and location for this episode have been withheld upon request. Not too long after Helen passed away, my uncle and cameraman William claims to have witnessed an experience in the house. He claims to have witnessed a white mist floating down one of the hallways in the house. I interviewed him in one of the rooms to try and document this experience further.
So, William, didn't you say one time that you saw like some sort of mist in this house because our grandma Helen recently died, and what are your thoughts about that mist? Like, what was your experience? Can you tell them? Or no?
I had the iron shirt, so I turned the hall light on, and I went down into the basement where the iron was, the iron shirt.
Yeah.
And came up, I was going to put the shirt and hang it up in the closet in the bedroom. It's going to go the next day. And I went to turn the hall light off, and all of a sudden, it was just like it could have been my imagination, but it was just a flash of light that went from one end of the hallway right to the other end. And I don't know, maybe it was nothing. It could have been something. It could have been nothing. I really can't say what it was because nothing else happened after that. And so I don't know.
You didn't hear any cars driving?
No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. Nothing else happened after that made me think that something could have happened. It could, like I said, it could have been my imagination. Who knows? You never know. Sometimes your eyes play tricks on you. You see things that aren't there or whatever. So
You didn't feel
don't know
cold
what.
or anything? Or?
I didn't see anything, feel anything else happen. I didn't feel anything. So
You didn't think it was
I don't know what happened. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought that was something strange. And I just went about my business for a particular night. Got ready for bed, and then that was it.
We're not saying that my grandmother Helen's house is haunted, but the day that we shot this episode was actually filmed on her birthday. Now that we know more information of what William has encountered, We now claim to predict that the spirit of my grandmother Helen could pay a visit to her home at any time. After the interview, we started our search in the house. We began with the basement. My Uncle William and I invited my father Nick to join our walkthrough in the basement. I stood by an old painting that was done by William.
So you painted that, right, William? This one?
Yeah. It's kind of stinks. I don't know if it's
Oh, alright.
I decided to leave my father and uncle in the basement while I headed back upstairs to try and communicate with the spirit of my grandmother Helen. Helen had passed away in her sleep in her bedroom one night. I now entered that very room and began asking questions.
What I'm gonna do now is take out the voice recorder and do an EVP session and see if I can get like a response, because today is actually the day that my grandma Helen was born. If she was alive today, she would have been 82. So, let's do an EVP session. Alright, Grandma? It's Nicholas here. How are you doing? We paid a visit to your cemetery. I mean, if you're here with me at the moment, I know you're not trapped here, but if you're here with me at the moment, I would like you to give me a sign that you're still in existence.
I lied down on the bed and continued asking questions.
Is there anything you want to say in this recorder? I'm not here to judge you or anything.
In the middle of my recording session, I was interrupted by a noise coming from the next room.
Wait, whoa. Did you see that? The light just went on.
To me, the noise sounds like someone flipping on a light switch.
Wait, whoa. Did you see that? The light just went on. Did you hear like the light switch go? I think I hear something. Something coming from the bathroom. Let me see. Alright, who's in here? Grandma? Are you in here? I feel so weird talking to my grandmother Helen as a ghost. That's strange. Look, I'll be honest with you folks, I mean, she's not haunting this place at all. But today's her birthday, so I thought it would be nice to communicate with her from the other side, so she could stop by for a visit and then go back to heaven. She's not trapped here, don't worry. But Grandma, if you are here, can you please give me a sign or a voice? I remember hearing your voice when you were alive and a member of the show. So can you talk now, so we can hear you speak again? That's the clock. It's 7:55. Let me see. Alright, who's in here? Grandma? Are you in here? I feel so weird talking to my grandmother Helen as a ghost. That's strange. I'll be honest with you folks, I mean, she's not haunting this place at all. But today's her birthday, so I thought it would be nice to communicate with her. I couldn't bring the tripod, a bigger tripod. So she could stop by for a visit and then go back to heaven. And a shoulder mount. She's not trapped here, don't worry.
With no further evidence documented here, I decided it was best to search in a different part of the house. I strolled down one of the main hallways. I now went into the living room. As I sat on the couch, my ghost meter started detecting something.
Am I hallucinating or is this going up? The ghost meter's going up. It's not beeping or anything, but I see the needle going up. See? The needle's going up slightly.
I approached the kitchen.
Grandma, are you in the kitchen? Come on, Grandma. Please give me a sign that you're still here. We paid a visit to the cemetery. I want you to give me a little sign. It's going up!
You all may be saying that this experience could have been caused by the refrigerator being plugged into the wall, which could therefore make this experience debunked. But the thing that's ironic is, as I was pointing my ghost meter towards my Uncle William in the picture, the ghost meter wasn't spiking. But as I turned it towards my grandmother Helen in the picture, it began picking up a spike.
We gotta make sure this is... Oh, that's debunked. It's right by an electrical outlet. There might be an electrical wire in the wall, so that may be debunked. But that was funny because when I'm pointing it towards William here, it's not going off. But when I'm pointing it towards my grandmother Helen, or near my grandmother Helen, it's going off. Let me do an EVP session. Grandma, please talk. Why is the ghost meter going up when I'm pointing it over here? Oh, maybe I'm pointing it towards the stove, that's why. Look, I'm pointing it towards the sink now and it's going off.
Incredibly, the ghost meter started spiking yet again, but this time I wasn't pointing it towards the refrigerator or any electrical outlet.
I'm capturing this all on video at my grandmother Helen's former home. I'm blessed to have that on video.
Then I went back downstairs and invited William to participate with me while my father Nick continued searching in the basement. The two of us went back into my grandmother Helen's old bedroom and began discussing her life.
So William, can you just please can you tell me your thoughts about my grandmother Helen? What are your thoughts about her now that she's gone? Like, do you miss her at all or no?
Yeah, I do.
What did you like best about her? Like, she was your mother and all that.
Yeah. She just took care of everything around the house, you know.
Yeah.
And had a place to live. And in my whole entire life, I should say, she kept everything going. She took care of all the bills, and we had enough food to eat, and the house was clean, and still she took care of us good. She raised us pretty well. You know, me and my brother, she raised us pretty well.
Yeah.
We turned out okay.
Do you believe that she's like on the other side and all that
Well,
stuff?
I believe she's in heaven. Yeah, I believe people go up in heaven.
You believe like she and Grandpa are still alive in the other form?
Well, in heaven, yeah.
Yeah, in the other form, yeah.
Well, in heaven, the spirits up in the bodies are in the grave, but the spirits are up
Yeah.
in heaven. That's how it works.
Then the both of us gathered our equipment and did one walkthrough around the house. During our walkthrough in each room, we weren't feeling Helen's presence. We went back downstairs to see how my father Nick was doing in the basement. He wanted to take a break to put some of Helen's old products in black trash bags, so William and I took over. When the both of us finished searching in the basement a little bit further, I left William with my father again and headed upstairs. I now went outside the house. I headed to the backyard and gathered my equipment.
Alright, this is our second mission that we're doing at night. Remember when we went to the Great River Manor for a second time? We went at night, like most ghost hunting TV shows. And now this is a new feeling. Whoa, I stepped on a twig or something. I wish I had a night vision camera, that would really help. So, I mean, the only experiences that I've had here at my grandmother Helen's former home was
The thing by the refrigerator with the ghost meter going off and that noise I heard in the bathroom. I wasn't feeling Helen's presence outside the house. With no further things to do outside, I went back inside and turned all the lights off in the house.
Let me see. I'm gonna try with the lights off.
I grabbed my flashlight and voice recorder.
I'm gonna do one more EVP session and then we're gonna wrap up our mission. Grandma, if there's any last signs that you want to give me, I'm here for you, okay? I love spending time with you, not only for the show, but for being a grandson of yours, and I just would like you to give me a sign that you're still here and you hear me saying goodbye to you, and happy birthday.
I went back into the bathroom where I heard the sound of a light switch flip up earlier.
I know this is where you used to shower and everything. I heard a noise come from in here.
It was getting late out, so we decided to wrap up our mission. It appears that throughout most of our walkthroughs in Helen's house, we did not feel her energy residing here. But that doesn't entail that Helen's spirit won't one day. Although her house is not said to be haunted, we still wanted to take this opportunity to try and reach out to her spirit from the other side. And the only evidence we may have captured during this mission was when I was laying on the bed earlier and heard the sound of a light switch flipping on. And when I was in the kitchen earlier and the ghost meter started spiking. The three of us say our prayers to Helen that she continues to offer us signs that are hopefully better and more realistic. We will all never forget our profound memories we have had for years with our fearless, loving, and courageous crew member and family member, Helen.
You have no message. You have no message. You have no message.